For us artists, art supplies are like candy in a candy store. We can't help it with all the shiny, colorful, new things, new that, alternative this, all these new technologies and stuff like that. And of course, YouTube's full of art reviews and resources. And of course, we got Snack Box and Sketch Crawlers and whatever else subscription box. But something that has been popping up just from time to time is the fact that some people might feel like doing Inktober is actually quite expensive, when in truth, unless you're using these materials on a regular basis, so of course you need to get, top-notch quality stuff. If you're just wanting to do Inktober for fun, there's actually quite a number of decent cheap materials to use, and I will be going over them. So welcome back. This is cetriya, CETRIYA, and here I'm just gonna grab on some of my more cheaper materials in here. So first off, you have my Crayola sketch pencils, and I have shown them in a previous material video before. And then you have your basic, just a cheap dollar pen for inking, just a cheap fine liner pen. Of course, you can upgrade this a little bit to a Micron or whatever fine liner, as those things are usually about $1.50 each, maybe $2 depending on where you're getting in. And of course, you have to consider that you don't always have to buy the full pack, but usually it's much cheaper for the full pack. You get them for $10. But if you really just want to scrap whatever you can, just go ahead and grab something simple. And of course, things to either add in a fill black or to add larger black areas. You got my Crayola markers or Roseart markers. Make sure you get the washable ones personally. And random gel pen that you get at the Dollar Tree, or some Sharpie pens. Now, using these materials, as awesome as they are, especially if maybe you're new to drawing and just want to get used to filling your sketchbook, or you're new to Inktober and you just want to have fun in getting yourself into that habit of drawing every single day, then you really don't need super expensive, or all of a sudden purchasing a $50 box. All of these materials probably cost me $10, including the sketchbook, which was like $2.50 on sale, $3. But I could have used my dollar sketchbook that I got from the Dollar Tree. I mean, there's a lot of stuff with Dollar Tree. I should probably do like a Dollar Tree haul or whatever. But I just been hearing a few talks going around about how expensive Inktober is, and again, I see it as, if you really are going to be doing a lot of inking work to begin with, and that's something that you enjoy, then yeah, as a one-time thing, go ahead and make the investment of anywhere from $30 to even $100 for your materials, because there is a difference. So even though I am using these cheap materials, whereas the sketchbook is actually pretty good, but let's say you were using the Dollar Tree sketchbook, there is a trade-off for these things, such as one of the biggest thing is light fastness, or how long the artwork will be able to stay in the archive pretty well. Most of these cheap materials I've been using off and on for preliminary artwork, so that way I can scan them into the computer, especially if I'm going to do a lot of changes on the computer. So I go ahead and just scan them, so I really don't care if a couple of months down the road it's going to either lighten up or whatnot. But I have to say that a lot of artwork that I've used, especially with like the Crayola artwork, actually stays its original color for quite a long time. I would like to say it's about 8 months so far, but the thing is, I don't put them out for display. They stay closed up in the sketchbook away from the sunlight. So they are pretty good for that, especially if you just want to do a lot of sketches and you just don't want to be spending your hard-earned money on like really expensive India inks, or really nice Copic markers. If you're just trying to put in the mileage of drawing as many drawing as possible, you really should not be dropping in a lot of money, especially if you are not going to be using these materials. This goes also for those who mostly do digital art. Perhaps, you just want to try and see if you can get your technical skills better. And maybe for that, you want to upgrade to just a little bit more better materials, because they will act differently, such as a lot of times the Crayola markers or some of the cheaper stuff take a long time for them to dry. So you could end up smudging a lot of your work if you're not careful. But for the most part, I really don't think you need to all of a sudden, whenever there's a new challenge, drop some money into making, the artwork. A good example is, and it wasn't a challenge, but everyone was getting like awesome markers, and I got the markers, but then even though those markers were relatively cheap, it was still money that could have been gone towards something else, and I instead decided to buy those markers. And then after like a month or two, can you believe it, I got somewhat of a buyer's remorse, not because the product was not good, but I realized that I personally will not be using this product, so I'm out by $80, and then I sold it off for about 60, maybe it ended up being like $50, $45 that I ended up getting after shipping. So that's what ended up happening instead of me using those stuff. Now I still have markers, which just makes it even more weird, but the point is, Inktober really is for fun. And if you're not someone who regularly uses traditional media, maybe just get yourself some mid-grade, you know, supplies, test them out, see if you like them. And if you know you're the type who have not really used inks at all, and maybe you don't draw as much and you just want the challenge to boost your motivation into getting work done, then honestly walk over to your local like Dollar Tree store or scrumble through, you know, maybe your own art supplies drawer. You might find plenty of stuff that you need. I mean, everyone has like a ballpoint pen, right? So you might just find just, you know, little cheap supplies lying around for you to have fun and participate in the challenge, because the whole point of the challenge really is the fact that you do the work. So all in all, you guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Excuse my really bad sketch of foreshortening and stuff. I know the issues, but I was just getting used to doing this doodle. And if you've been seeing my comic videos, you'll notice that I do actually use a lot of 3D models to help get those foreshortening looking good. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I am almost to 1,000, and it's just been one hell of a ride for me to get these videos out and done for you guys, but I really appreciate the comments. So feel free to leave your thoughts below, leave your questions below, maybe your requests for artwork below and stuff. And please do check out my comic. Hopefully by the end of the month, chapter 3 should be out. It should be out, you guys. It should be out. Anyhow, see you guys in the next video.